It's where everybody expects you to win. I don't know, is it something that are you just very good at kind of making sure that you don't know that everybody expects you to win, or does that matter? Does it add extra pressure that there's a weight of expectation?
Well, you're going to know, you know what I mean? If people are, like my next opponent, people are writing this guy off, you know, he's a tough English man. A lot of people are writing him off already, you know, so I don't really play into that, you know what I mean? You just, again, focus on your training, focus on what you've been doing in the gym or on the pitch, so to speak, you know what I mean? So just don't believe your own hype, you know what I mean? Go out, keep calm, and the performance will come, you know what I mean?
You've obviously got a special relationship with your coach.
Yeah.
Like he's considered to be the guru of the sport in Ireland, really.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about him?
Yeah, man, I've been with John since day one, you know, with my coach, and he's a genius when it comes to this thing, when it comes to unarmed combat, you know. You wouldn't know looking at him, he's a small guy, you know what I mean, but he'd tie you up in a ball, and he knows the human frame like no other, you know what I mean, so, but again, he builds my confidence up and makes me feel like I'm better than, makes you feel like you're better than you are, you know, and without me actually knowing, you know, that he's actually trying to do that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, not too forward, like, but building up your confidence on a subliminal level, nearly, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's what a good coach can do, and that's what a good...
Talent does not exist. We are all equals as human beings. You could be anyone. If you put in the time, you will reach the top, and that's that. So, I am not talented, I am obsessed.
Give it up for the notorious Conor McGregor!
There's two things I really like to do, and that's whoop ass and look good, and I'm doing one of them right now, and Saturday night I'm gonna do the other.
I'm gonna wipe out everyone in this division, I said that, and I will do it.
He's a little short-ass twerp, and I look forward to punching a hole in his face.
I'm gonna hand him my spit bucket, tell him to go back and spit shine that belt, and bring it back here as they're ready for me to take it. I'm sitting up here with my feet on the desk. What's anyone up there gonna do about it? Not one of you are gonna do anything about it.
Conor was born in Dublin City in one of the national maternity hospitals here, 12th of July 1988. Midwife turned to my wife and said, this guy is going to be a boxer, because he came out of the womb with his fists clenched. So he was destined to be a fighter, I think.
I had many fights growing up, as most young boys do from where I'm from and around this area. Get into fights. I won some and I lost some.
When he went boxing, I remember he turned to us and says, "Why didn't you put me in boxing earlier?" He knew that was for him.
Conor first stepped into my gym when he was about 16. Conor did stand out early on, and in that he could hit hard, and he also had let's call it a gregarious personality.
I was thrown into a plumbing trade. Give a about plumbing, didn't know anything about plumbing. I just went on that site because culture told me that that's what I have to do. I'd done it for a while, and then I realized this is not what I want to do. If this is not what I want to do, then what the f am I doing it for? And I walked out, 18 months in maybe.
There was a concern there for us, for his mother and father. We didn't know what he was going to do, to be honest with you.
Early on, obviously didn't know what it was. I couldn't look to my mother and say, hey, this Irish man done it. I'm gonna follow in his footsteps, because there was no footsteps. I had to create my own footsteps and follow them. They were a little unsure at first, but they supported me, and they knew I would do it. If I said I'd do it, I'd do it, so.
I was actually in Ireland, and people kept coming up to me and talking about Conor McGregor. Have you ever seen Conor McGregor fight? Have you ever heard of Conor McGregor? Well, I came back to Vegas and talked to the matchmakers, and they had heard of him. So I flew him out from Ireland. He and I went out to dinner. He told me he's on what's called the dole, which is basically unemployment over there. When I left that dinner, I said, I don't know if this kid can fight, but if he can even fight a little bit, he's going to be a huge star. There's only 9,000 people that can get into that arena in Dublin, and it sounds like there's 90,000.
It was a phenomenal night for the sport in our country, and it sent it into the stratosphere over here.
We're not here just to take part, we're here to take over.
He wasn't in the UFC to make up numbers. He wasn't there to be a token Irish guy. He was there to take over, and that's what happened over the last 12, 24 months. The numbers don't lie.
No pipe did home, no battle drum did sound its red tattoo, but the Angelus bells or the Livy swells rang out in the foggy dew.
When Conor won the interim title and he beat Chad Mendes, I think it boosted the confidence of European fighters that they can compete at this level. You know, these guys will come up every once in a while that have that it factor, that thing that other people are attracted to. He speaks well, he's very funny, he's a home run.
I'm the real champion. At the King of Dublin, yeah? You're looking at him.
This next fight is done and dusted. It's over. It's been over since January of this year. Aldo is a busted flush at this moment, okay? He's finished. After the Dennis Siver fight in Boston, remember when Conor jumped the ring and he was in Aldo's face? That moment the fight was on. Conor McGregor is gonna crack Jose Aldo's skull. I'm not happy to say that, but I think Jose Aldo would want to have a good craniologist on standby.
Look into my eyes, little man. Little Brazilian. Ooh, vamos here.
If he shows up, he will be agitated, he will be over-emotional. If I half faint, he will overreact. He will drain himself from this. He will panic. He will overload on the right hand. I will slip the right hand and bang the left hook. That will be the beginning of the end.
McGregor, how long is it going to take you to rip his head off?
It will be done in one.
In the heat of the day, he's sacrificing for a career-defining fight. Inside this $2.4 million home is where he got word that Jose Aldo bruised a rib a few days ago, jeopardizing July's title fight. But he says it's not the rib the Brazilian champion should worry about.
Don't worry about your rib. It's the chin I'm hitting, so.
If Aldo can't fight, Chad Mendes will be there as a backup. The change could come just 2 days before the fight. That's why McGregor is calling out the Brazilian.
Man up and fight. There's a lot on the line. There's a lot of money on the line. Show up and fight.
Promotion and preparation has been off the charts. UFC has pumped millions into this promotion. It's serious business. Like McGregor bringing his entire team to Las Vegas to train. Even a chef who brings beef from Japan.
We call that beef butter.
The beef is tender as butter, then relaxing massage as the featherweight champion looks to win a belt. He says he wants to go home with gold. That means fighting Aldo, not Mendes.
I want the real belt. I want Jose. That's what everyone wants. That's what we all want.
That's also what NHL defenseman Brent Burns wants. He's a fan of the Dublin native, was in town for the NHL award show and came over to watch McGregor train. Unfortunately, right now, as he walks the halls of his rented 7-bedroom mansion, he doesn't know for sure who he's fighting.
I'll be there. It's business as usual for me.
That's the approach he'll have to take. Maybe we'll know on fight week who's stepping into the octagon, Aldo or...
Where do you live?
My name is Conor McGregor and I live in Lucan.
And what's your status or what's your professionalism?
I'm a professional MMA fighter with a record of 4-1. I'm an up-and-coming fighter, and without a doubt you will see me on the UFC in the near future, without a doubt.
How long have you been fighting?
Well, I've been boxing pretty much all my life. I started MMA around 2 or 3 years ago, and about 2 years ago I'd say, and I instantly had a knack for it, and I really, really, really loved it. It's like an addiction for me. It's all I do. I train twice a day. It's all I think about. I don't want to do anything else. It's as simple as that.
Fighting as a boxing career, how do you think that differs from any other type of career?
Well, As in MMA, like how's it different from MMA?
How does it different from, let's say, your regular 9 to 5? As in, not well, obviously the
Yeah,
obvious reasons,
yeah.
but what is it? How does it differ from your perspective?
Oh, well, that's a really hard question, isn't it?
Well, statistically.
How does it differ? Jesus. Well, it differs. I don't know. Like,
Did you ever have, like, what did you work as before you?
I was a plumber. I was an apprentice plumber. I did a year in that, and it just wasn't for me. You know, it's either all or nothing in the game I'm in. You have to. If you're not training twice a day, if you're not dedicated, you're not going to go anywhere. So I felt I had enough talent, enough dedication, enough love for the sport that it was time to pack up my job and chase my dream, and that's what I'm doing, and that's pretty much it.
And what is your dream?
My dream is to be world lightweight champion in the UFC, have more money than I know what to do with, and have a great life for my kids, my grandkids, everyone in my family, everyone that's come up with me. That's my dream. My dream is to be number one, pretty much. My goal is number one MMA.
Cool. And where are you training out of, or where are you fighting out of?
I'm training in Straight Blast Gym in Walkinstown, on the Long Mile Road there. My coach is John Kavanagh. I train with top class fighters, Thomas the Tank Egan, Ash the Bash Daly, Rowdy Owen Ruddy, Rob the Dog Quinn. Train with all the top guys there. I also box. I still compete boxing. I box in Crumlin Boxing Club. It's an amateur boxing club with a pro team, as such pros as Ian Thames, Stephen Ormond, excellent pros. I train down there as well. I train there Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and then every other day, SBG, honing my MMA skills.
What's your favourite discipline in MMA? What do you like most about MMA?
Well, I just to be honest, I love it all. It's everything. I'm not one of these guys. I love me boxing. I love grappling. I love every last bit of it. It really is the number one sport, and there's nothing out there like it. I don't care what boxers or Thai boxers or wrestlers or any of these type of guys say. They all know it. MMA is number one, and UFC is the top organisation. It's as simple as that. It's the best out there. It's overtaken boxing. It's better than anything.
What would it mean to you to live your dream and fight in the UFC?
Words can't even describe that. I'm training so hard. My game is coming along. I will be where I want to be. I'm 100% confident that I will make it to the top. I have the skills. I have the dedication. And it's something I really, really want. So words can't even describe, but it will happen, and I'll let you know when it happens.
With the year 2008 just about out, looking back on your fighting career and your training, how has it been for you?
The start of the year was my first year full-time training. I started full-time training in January, I'd say. Training twice a day, every day. My preparation for fights has been great. My game has come along. My ground game is unbelievable. It's from where I was at the start of the year to where I am now is really something how much I've come along, and it just goes to show that hard work and dedication really does pay off. The year has gone great. I've established myself as one of the top contenders in Ireland. I will be one of the top in the world, no doubt, and I'm looking forward to 2009 and chase my dream even more. And please God, next time the UFC back in Dublin, I'm right up there on the list. I plan to take out everyone in Ireland that stands in my way, and everyone that's there. I want to be top of that list next time they come back, and I will be, guaranteed.
Bang in the middle of the street, because I own the West Coast. Let's cross right. What do you mean cross, yeah? In the middle of the street I walk. Who's gonna stop me? Anyone gonna stop me?
From Flow Rider.
My car! Parking my baby out, right in your house. That should be out on the road.
Fast. It's powerful. This life is a good life. What's up, bud? How are you?
Best press conference ever.
Now we're down here, just wasting time. What else are you gonna do? Train, eat, shop. I come down here and blow a load of money on my beautiful woman and myself. And it motivates me to push and keep going. Not many people from where I come from experience this. So I'm just happy and grateful and motivated. I'm gonna go eat.